What's up, YouTube? And welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B. And today we're going to compare the 5 major hotel loyalty programs in the U.S. So follow along. Let's get the party started. Let's go. So we're going to start with the program that I probably know the least about, and that's Choice Privilege. The Choice Privilege program, they do offer a signature Visa card by Barclays, where currently at the moment, and these offers always change, they offer 32,000 points. And you get this when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months of having the card, which is an average of 4 free nights to 32,000 points. And you can earn 5 points per dollar spent at eligible Choice hotels. And here's a list of some of the brands of Choice hotels, which include Quality Inn, Sleep Inn, Mainstay, Woodspring, Econo Lodge, Roadway, just to name a few. These hotels generally range between hotels and motels as well, and you could usually find some of these hotels ranging from like $50 in a medium-sized city per night, all the way up to maybe $110 in a larger city. But these aren't very expensive hotels when it comes to the Choice Privilege hotels in this category. The next hotel program we're going to talk about is IHG Rewards. IHG Rewards, their credit card that they offer is a World Elite MasterCard, offering 125,000 points currently with an $89 signing bonus, and you get a free annual night after you pay the annual fee. And you can earn 25 points with every dollar you spend at a qualifying IHG property. And as for the IHG properties, include hotels like Hotel Indigo, the Holiday Inn, of course, the Holiday Inn Express, Staybridge, Candlewood Suite, Crown Plaza, as well as Kempton. So there's tons of properties, from middle to high-end properties in their footprint. So I want you to let me know down in the comments section below if you have the IHG credit card or if you've stayed at the IHG hotel and you've used their reward system, because I've never used their reward system, but I will say I have stayed at a few of them, Holiday Inn, and then there's some pretty nice properties. I would say of the 5 major hotel programs that we're going to talk about, they definitely would be 4th on the food chain as far as the major programs. Of course, the first one we did, of course, was the lowest, Choice Privilege. But I would say IHG would come in 4th before the top 3 main programs. But there's a lot of properties, and I find that there's a lot of properties with IHG nationwide, more than Hyatt, which we're going to get into in a few minutes, as far as in terms of properties concerned. So let me know your experience at IHG hotels if you've stayed in any of those before and used that system. So next we're going to talk Hilton Honors. Now I'm going to say this, starting off with Hilton Honors. You see big numbers when it comes to Hilton's loyalty program, their points. You see giant numbers. It takes heavy numbers to earn free stays at the Hilton, because minimum, you see a few hotels that are 20K, but most hotels are around 25 to 30K, and the expensive ones are a lot more than that. So it's going to take a lot to earn their points. Now, let's get into the credit cards. Now, you can get the Hilton Honors card right now, offering 130,000 points currently. These offers change quickly. When I got the card, it was only 100K, so it's 130 with no annual fee. The Surpass is the one that I have, and it's 180 right now. It was 130 when I got it. $95 annual fee, and it gives you gold status. Also gives you 10 complimentary passes to the Priority Pass Lounge, which I've used several, and it also gets you global entry and TSA pre-check, which I've also taken advantage of. And these cards are all by American Express, by the way. And the Aspire is the more expensive one, where you get 150K to do that card right now, and you get $450 annual fee, but you get 14 times points, and you get diamond status, which is huge. You get a $250 resort credit, and you get 1 free weekend night. Hilton is one rewards program that I recommend that everyone would take part in, even if it's not your preferred hotel. And the reason why I say that is because Hilton has over 6,000 properties, Nationwide and around the world, you can find Hilton hotels everywhere. They even have all-inclusive resorts. They even have Hilton Property Resorts World, Las Vegas, where there's 3 properties in one. Hilton is primarily made up of 18 different brands, which include Homewood Suites, Home 2 Suites, Waldorf Astoria, True by Hilton, Doubletree, Embassy Suite, Hilton Garden, and I'm just naming a few right here because I'm not going to go through the whole list. There's so many properties. As I mentioned, the international Hiltons, I really do appreciate this because if you go to London or you go to Paris or you go to Prague or any of those places like that, there's always going to be Hilton properties around. Some of these other ones may be a little bit harder to find, but with Hilton properties, you should have no issue finding Hiltons, and they're all pretty much to the U.S. standard. I stayed at Hilton in London, and the beds weren't small like traditional hotels are in Europe. They're pretty much about the same. So, you know, there's a standard with Hilton, and they do a really good job of keeping that standard. So I do like Hilton properties, and like I said, I recommend that you do Hilton properties regardless of whether it's your preferred or not. I recommend you be within that reward program and you get those Hilton points and you use them. Also, if you're staying at your Doubletrees and those type of lower end, I guess you would call them Hiltons, you usually get your free breakfast. Hilton's usually ranging on the smaller city, medium-sized city, somewhere between about $90 to about $110 a night. Bigger cities, you might be paying more, up all the way up into the 200s, depending on whether something's going on or not at that moment. But consistent property. The World of Hyatt loyalty program, and Hyatt's loyalty program in general, to be honest, is my favorite on this list. And the reason why it's my personal favorite on the list is, of all of the credit card loyalty programs, Hyatt has the only one where you can not get the credit card and still be able to enjoy free travel via their hotels. Because on the other cards, your points just don't add up to where you just staying just a few nights without the credit card, unless you're staying on business a lot of nights. But with Hyatt, you can stay at 5 different brands of Hyatt and earn a free night just from staying at 5 different ones. So if you stay at a Hyatt house, a regular Hyatt place, a Hyatt Regency, you could stay at one of the Hyatt luxury boutique ones, or you could stay at a Hyatt Centric. If you stay in 5 different Hyatts, that 5th one will earn you a night at a category 1 through 4, which, to be honest, a category 4 could be $250 to $300 a night. I stayed at one of the boutique ones, the Eliza Jane in New Orleans. I stayed there for absolutely free on New Year's Eve because I stayed at 5 different Hyatts, and you can repeat that again and stay in 5 different ones. So this is the one. And then, you know, you get, sometimes your stays, you get 2,000 points, and a lot of the Hyatts for a free night's only 5,000. So Hyatt is the one chain where your points add up to where you can get free nights relatively easy. So to me, this is the best program because you don't have to have the credit card, and you can even move up statuses without the credit card. I moved up a status without even having the credit card. Now, don't get me wrong, the World of Hyatt card will help you move up a status, and you will get a lot of free points. At the time that I'm making this, it's 70,000 points. The point value changes a lot. It's been 60, it's been 70 and above. And the MGM properties are also Hyatt, so you can stay at some of the MGMs and earn points as well, because M Life, which is the MGMs, you can match property status. So if you're an Explorers or Discoverers with Hyatt, you can match that status to the M Life in Las Vegas, which is also a pretty nice perk. Hyatt also, like Hilton, is a very solid property. It's hard to get a Hyatt that's not in good shape or good condition or clean, nice quality property. And I will say this about Hyatt, though, it's not nearly as many locations as Hilton. So if you're going to solely rely on Hyatt, I would highly recommend that you have Hilton as a backup, or maybe the next one, Marriott, as a backup, because Hyatt is not, especially internationally, it's not in a lot of smaller or medium cities in the U.S. as well. So back in 2019, Ritz-Carlton's program and Starwood's Preferred Guest merged with Marriott's original reward program to form Marriott Bonvoy. Now, if you're looking into the co-branded credit cards, Marriott has multiple co-branded credit cards with Chase and American Express. The Chase cards are the Boundless card with a $95 annual fee, the Bold card, which has no annual fee, and then American Express offers the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, which has an annual fee of $450, and there's the business card as well. Marriott also has a giant footprint, a footprint that's a little bit even bigger than Hilton, as they have hotels as well all over the world and all over the USA. But I will say this about Marriott: if you're involved in Marriott program, one thing that I found firsthand with Marriott is you get points similar to what you get for staying at the Hyatt, but the Hyatt redemption rate is so much easier. You can redeem a hotel at the Hyatt for 5 to 8 to 12,000. That's going to be over 20 with the Marriott. And I have friends who love the Marriott's program. They say as you progress through the Marriott, the benefits are great. So if you get the credit card and you progress throughout the Marriott, maybe it'll work out for you. But I find that the Marriott's program is not the best for redemption. Marriott Bonvoy offers 4 credit cards, 2 by American Express, 2 by Chase, including the Bold card, which offers a $30,000 in points with no annual fee. The business card by American Express, $125 annual fee with 75,000 points. The Brilliant card by American Express with a $450,000 annual fee and 75,000 points. But many perks to that card you may want to look up. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more material coming out in the future. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace! And travel. Lots and lots of travel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I love to interact. Leave your comments below.